Welcome to the Time Capsule, where we open up the job box and dig into a special project from our client's perspective. Today we'll discuss one of the biggest changes that an organization can undergo, a total head-to-toe rebrand. And we'll specifically speak about the experience at Lumber Liquidators. You'll see how thoughtful research coupled with exceptional design can lead to a fresh new brand. And who better to discuss this with than Todd Allard, the company's former chief marketing officer, who co-led and worked very closely with Capsule during this major brand change. We sat down with Todd to reflect on this transformative experience. Here's the challenge. As brands age, the organization and offerings they represent inevitably change. Or sometimes it's the culture that changes. Here, Todd sets up the clear and present challenge for Lumber Liquidators when he arrives to make some hard changes.
We don't sell lumber and we're not a liquidator, so the brand really doesn't fit who we are and what we do. And so he asked me to come in and help him rename the company and relaunch the brand, and then really help move the organization from, again, a decline in traffic and comp sales to something that could turn positive.
Renaming a brand is one of the hardest things a leadership team can accomplish. And while you may not know this, but our Capsule team loves taking on a hard challenge. And we find these hard things often get sorted out best with a careful balance of research, design, and creative thinking. For instance, we leveraged an implicit association methodology that taps into consumer subconscious perceptions as a way to inform our decisions. Todd alludes to this research here, called IAT, and some of our findings.
We actually had some really strong naming options that the Capsule team had pulled together, and we were able to use IAT to really understand that there were 2 out of the 5 that were really strong. And then there were a couple that kind of fell to the bottom of the analysis. And then there was one that really was kind of a blank slate, which was LL Flooring, and that was the one in the middle,
right?
Because who knew what LL stood for in that context? The board didn't feel comfortable moving too far away from the brand that had seen so much investment put into it. So there are still customers of Lumber Liquidators that they didn't want to alienate or lose, and I can certainly appreciate that. But at the same time, we had to get Lumber and Liquidator out of the brand. Right. And so that's what LL and the move to LL allowed us to do. Plus, it allowed us to put flooring in the name of the company, which was missing again from the focus and the expertise of the brand.
Yet a name alone certainly does not a brand build. We also need to start filling the blank slate with meaning using a unique visual language design. Pairing this quantitative approach with rich consumer dialogue via focus groups around the new logo itself allows for us to then understand what the new mark should symbolize.
There was one of our own pros, one of our installers, that was sitting in the room and looking up at the wall, and on the wall was Lumber Liquidators, our original logo design, and 5 different treatments of LL Flooring. And he kind of sat back and he said, I can take my wife to any one of those, which is LL Flooring, but I can't take her there, Lumber Liquidators. And so, I mean, that was really telling for us that both the name change as well as the design change was really sending him a different set of signals in terms of who this brand was. And it also recognized who ultimately makes the decision here. And that was also really, I think, helpful for us to truly understand that we, whatever we did from a brand treatment perspective, had to put a fresh face on this brand so that she saw it as a brand that she could trust.
The new mark and visual identity system precisely bring together the image of flooring in a tight-knit, cozy home, and the negative space offers a plus to symbolize the additional services, the advice, and the installation offered by LL Flooring. This new visual language was more reflective of the quality and variety of products inside their stores, and it signaled a change for homeowners and the trades to see this new version of Lumber Liquidators.
I think the process was what we needed it to be to get to a really good outcome.
Capsule continues to get inquiries about this effort and how a generic, damaged brand can be brought to a better place with the right team involved. We hope you enjoyed this time capsule regarding the transition from Lumber Liquidators to today's LL Flooring. Reach out if you'd like to hear more around how Capsule can help you get some hard things accomplished.